Don't try to save her.
Did you realize that you never say I'm sorry every time you fuck up? Never takes accountability.
Bro, she never ever came around to owning, having any ownership. People come with warning labels. We just ignore them.
I think that there's a lot to be said about someone who can't say I'm sorry or who can't admit their faults. Because at the end of the day, that person will never take ownership or accountability for anything that they ever do. So by default, in a relationship with that person, it's your fault. Everything is your fault. Everything is either your fault or someone else's fault. That's a very closed-minded way to live your life, to view the world, and that is a huge red flag in my book. What do you think, Jess?
That might be the best one, bro. That might be the best one, because that is definitely a more grown perspective to look at something, but I think that's the royal flush of all the red flags. And I'll add to that, you just sparked an idea, and it was so good. You made me think of someone that I actually dealt with that was a long-term relationship, and it was someone that I ignored her tendency to always get into problems with her sister, her mother, her coworkers, the fucking Uber driver who dropped her off. The world was against her. The world was a problem. And at some point, I was in too deep. This is a real relationship. This wasn't like someone I was just dating.
Yeah.
It took me about like 3 years where I had that moment of clarity where I was like, wait, I've been with this girl for mad long. And I've just realized she's never said one time. By the way, she had a crisis every week. And not one time in the 700 weeks that I was with her, 1 week she was like, man, maybe it's me.
So let me ask you this. Is that an automatic deal breaker, or can you still try to work around or with someone like that who never takes accountability?
You know, this is definitely for our older community members, but the way, I mean, bro, I'm 39. So like, I just recently started thinking like this. I've had a very childish mentality when it came to relationships when I was younger. So if you need run and gun dating advice, I still got that mentality, but I just recently made these pivot into taking everything more serious because it's more long-term. And if we're talking long-term, Rich, I look at everything through the lens of like, all right, if I'm going to live with this person, this is 7 days a week. Every day I got to go to bed with this person. Every day I got to wake up with this person. At some point I might, if this is a real relationship, you don't have to share a bank account, but I'm saying you're going to have money problems together. You're going to have family problems together. You're going to have, if it happens, you're going to have kids with this person. Yeah. Do you want that mentality seeping into how your child is being raised? That to me, you got to really think long and hard about your business partner when you're talking about raising children. So it's less about me. I think I can manage a lot with someone who's beautiful and get through it. But when we're talking about if I'm gone and my kid is saying dumb shit and I know where it came from, that's my fault. I doubled down on somebody that's not bright. And now I have a house full of not bright people because I invested in someone that is not a great decision maker or someone that, you know.
Oh, that makes sense. To play devil's advocate, I think sometimes, especially for our younger community members, sometimes someone doesn't know how to be accountable, right? If we're talking about a 15, 16, 17-year-old, they don't really understand that how to take ownership, how to say I'm sorry, how to, feel at fault for something. So I think you're much more adjustable when you're early on in a relationship, and when you're young as a person, you can kind of sort of modify the person or educate them like, hey, did you realize that you never say I'm sorry every time you fuck up, right? And let the person know. And maybe that kind of like helps their own improve their own personality and characteristics, and the only reason why they don't take accountability is because no one has ever highlighted that for them. But now that they're in the relationship, they see, oh, okay, this is something I got to work on. So I feel like when you're early on as a person, yes, people, you know, dating someone who doesn't take accountability is workable. Once you're in your 30s, mid 30s, late 30s, 40s, that becomes a lot harder to change. That's just like, okay, this is just how this person is. They just don't take accountability for their mistakes, their fuck ups, or anything they do wrong. Everything is always someone else's fault. So I just wanted to play devil's advocate because I'm starting to think like, my son who's 13, he does
True.
he commits a lot of mistakes, right? And I've seen him try to blame other people for something he messed up in. And I go back to him and I say, listen, you made the mistake. It's your fault. Take accountability and keep pushing forward. If I don't instill that in him, he's just going to be the same type of person who never takes accountability for anything. So, yes, if you're the type of person who doesn't take accountability, but it's being highlighted to you from a partner, take that feedback, make the changes you need to make, and keep pushing forward.
Damn, that's good. So number 3, she never takes accountability. Is just always madness with friends, coworkers,
Yeah.
everyone. The world around her is a problem. She's good.
Yeah. Run. She's not for you, bro.